Cheese.
My friend was telling me one day, have you heard? Everyone's doing it these days, and plus it makes me feel closer to my partner. But is sex all that what people make it up to be? All teenagers should practice abstinence at any age, whether they're in high school or middle school. There are so many positives to practicing abstinence. Sex is not always what it's made out to be, and it's best to wait for the right person in the right time. When you practice abstinence, not only does it get rid of the risk of having a baby, but also cuts down on the risk of contracting an STD. Do better in school, and it cuts down on stress and emotions associated when it doesn't occur. First, the most obvious thing that you won't be having a chance of having a baby, and by not having sex, you reduce chances of contracting a sexually transmitted disease. Some STDs spread through oral, genital sex, or anal sex, or even intimate skin-to-skin contact without actual penetration. So, by avoiding all types of intimate contact, can you prevent STDs? Avoiding all types of intimate genital contact is called complete abstinence, where you have no form of touching besides, the usual kissing, according to Dr. Gavin. Only complete and consistent abstinence can totally prevent pregnancy and protect against STDs. Because a person does not have any type of intimate sexual contact when he or she practices complete sexual abstinence, there is no risk of passing on a sexually transmitted disease, also according to Dr. Gavin. Each year, 3 million teens, which is 25% of sexually active teens, are infected with an STD. About 25% of all new cases of STDs occur in teenagers, 2/3 new cases over young people ages 15 to 24, according to Bridget Mayer. Next is shown that teens who practice abstinence are more focused in school and make better grades. The data presented by Robert Rector shows that teens who become sexually active before age 18 were almost 3 times more likely to be expelled from school than that were teens who remained virgins while still in high school. The same pattern appears when high school dropout rates are looked at. Over 21% of teens who begin sexual activity before 18 drop out of school before graduating from high school. The dropout rate of teens who remained virgins at least until 18 were substantially lower at 8.6%. This site also shows that teens who remained virgins throughout high school were twice as likely to graduate from a college as were opposed to sexually active teens. Some 15.8% of teens who remained virgins at least until age 18 had graduated from college. However, only 7.4% of teens who became sexually active before 18 had graduated from college, according to Robert Rector and Dr. Johnson. Lastly, teens go through a lot of emotions or under lots of stress of school and other activities that they may be involved in, but teenagers who practice abstinence reduce all of these emotions to almost nothing, besides the normal stresses of being a teenager. Unwed sexually active teens are likely to experience negative emotional consequences and become both more promiscuous and less interested in marriage. According to Bridget Mayer, teens who engage in premarital sex are more likely to experience fear about pregnancy, STDs, and feel regret, guilt, lower self-respect, fear of commitment, and depression when they have sex before marriage. A 1994 study of college freshmen found that non-virgins with multiple sex partners were more likely to view marriage as a scary thing and difficult, involving loss of personal freedom and happiness. Virgins, however, are more likely to view marriage as enjoyable and fun, a way to get closer to their partner. According to Dr. Cullens of Planned Parenthood, abstinence is a very good way to postpone taking those risks until you're better able to handle it. Teens who practice abstinence are waiting until they're ready for a sexual partnership and relationship, waiting to find the right partner, and the ability to have fun with romantic partners without having any sexual involvement. In conclusion, overall, sexually active teens were 2.5 more times likely to drop out of high school than those who are abstinent. Also, teens are less likely to associate with all the negative feelings associated with having sex, thus allowing them to focus on the more important things like school and friends. By waiting for the right person and waiting to have sex after marriage, the benefits are greater, not running the risk of being teen pregnant, not contracting an STD, having more stable emotions, and being able to focus in school. Now, knowing more about abstinence and the great benefits for those who practice it, we can motivate teens that they are worth waiting for.